I'll try to explain the defense's theory. The knife.
Take that!
Juror number 4, Miss Garrideb. What now? I must apologize in advance for this. But I need you to confirm something else for the court. This knife. Have you ever seen this knife before? Good Lord, Counsel, what on earth are you doing? It's the weapon that was lodged in the victim's back, man. My lord, remember that when the victim was attacked, Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb were in the throes of an argument. Mrs. Garrideb was hurling anything she could at her husband, who had been backed up against the window. A window that had been opened to clear the smoke, and through which a book sailed to land at the crime scene. I can't seriously believe it. The book was found in the victim's grasp. Are you saying that it flew out the window and across the street to land neatly in her hand? Even my missus hasn't got a name like that. Yes, I admit there are many details we don't yet understand, but that's the point. That's precisely why. We must not allow this trial to end. Not right now. Garrideb, your answer, please. Have you seen this knife before or not? Oh, gosh. She just fucking collapsed. Well, that happened. I wish to change my decision. You changed my decision? I'm a woman of my word, after all. Thank you, madam. Yes, I agree. I certainly didn't see this coming, but... Oh. He changed his mind. I just don't think it would be right for this trial to come to an end with so many unanswered questions. Mr. Foreman! Have to agree. Not that I think that Granny didn't mind. Yes, you know what? I'm not quite happy about this at the moment either. All together now, ladies and gents. We did it. Oh, congratulations, Mr. Naruto. So as a result of the defense's summation examination, a number of jurors' leanings have changed. 2 jurors called guilty against 4 now calling innocent. Accordingly, the opinion of this court is divided, and this trial will continue. Now then, Lord Van Zeeks, how does the prosecution wish to proceed? Fine. This trial is rapidly descending into a farce. You just don't like that I'm kicking your ass. Like a corked wine, the first few sips are bitter enough. Oh god, there we go again. Like 5 times he's done this. But what follows is so repugnant, it's good for nothing save the gutter. Wait, are you saying your wine sucks? Why are you drinking it? Why do you bring this wine here if you complain about it? Hey, no kicking the wall, baby. If I may, Lord Van Zeeks, the defense has just put forward a credible alternative explanation for what happened. Credible? Is that your considered opinion, Mr. Foreman? The defense's argument is a joke, to which I barely know how to respond. But let me start by insisting that you must all can't talk with his accent. Familiarize yourselves better with the relative positions of those places being discussed. What do you mean by that? What's his angle this time? It would already be more apparent that between the crime scene and the Garrideb household runs a rather wide street, Briar Road. Which means that the distance from the Garrideb's house and the scene is yes, 15 yards. Let me see, 15 yards. About 45 feet. So a good distance. That's a big street. 14 meters. Oh, that's a little farther than I had imagined. And, as you ladies and gentlemen of the jury rightly noted as having portentous significance. I hate the words he uses. The fourth book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, the smoldering book wantonly hurled by the lady of the house traveled some 15 yards. To land on the opposite side of the road, neatly between the collapsed victim's fingers and thumb. Is that your final conclusion, my learned and deluded friend? Oh god. We're being rude. Did the jackknife follow a near identical trajectory to plunge into the middle of the victim's back? This fantasy is somewhat stretching the notion of having a bad day for the victim, I think. Even those pathetic, serialized detective stories have more believable plots. He just insulted her luxuries. There's nothing I can say to that. That prosecutor loves the sound of his own voice. Susato doesn't hold anything back, and I love her. Susato! Serialized detective stories are pathetic. Oh god. Oh no. She loves those stories. Oh no! You just insulted her favorite thing. How dare he? Maybe let's pick our battles here. My lord, might I be allowed to speak? Oh no. As judicial assistant, you may speak for the defense. Yes, go ahead. The prosecution may consider the idea a fantasy, but what the defense has postulated was believable enough to persuade the jury to change its leaning. And as such, the court has a duty to explore this alternate explanation as thoroughly as possible. To that end, juror number 4, Miss Joan Garadeb, must be called to testify and submit to cross-examination. Saints alive, a cross-examination of a juror? Well, this is highly irregular. It is unprecedented for a member of the jury to be summoned to the witness stand.
Objection!
Of course you are. Bottle's gone. Yeet! Bye! And unnecessary. Lord Van Zeeks. There are already witnesses in the stand whose testimony the defense may further cross-examine. If my learned friend's farcical theory has any truth in it, then both a burning book and a jackknife must have flown through the sky before this couple's eyes. And we must assume they would have been able to testify accordingly. What say you, witnesses? Yes, sir. Constable Roly be reporting for duty, sir. Well, good morning, officer. Sorry for dozing until now, sir. I haven't slept for a month on account of a villain who's appeared on my beat, sir. Oh, they're so heroic, these London bobbies. Patricia, my darling, I've been neglecting you. But no more. Oh, Roly, my hero, you make me swoon. Very well. I hereby reject the defense's request. Oh. And order the witnesses in the stand to testify again. State forthwith before the court any details pertaining to the defense's alternate explanation of events. Yes, sir. Great. I have to deal with this again. You see, sir, the windows of the top floor of the Garadeb house are top-hinged casements. Obviously, if anything had been thrown out of the window, we would have seen it. I did leave the scene to go and fetch help, but my trusty Roly was there to make sure nothing was disturbed. I didn't take my eye off the crime scene for one moment, so... Wait, you said he was face down in the snow! Which is it? Nothing strange to report on that front, sir. Well, this is quite startling. Half-finished casement windows. The detail was not in the police report, Constable. Ah, yes, sorry about that. I must have been a little drowsy. Do not excuse your sins with drowsiness every time, Constable. No, sir. Sorry, but... What exactly is a top-finished casement window? The ones that go down, right? Even I'm not sure. Are they the ones that roll down? Because I've had the ones that you roll them and the window goes down. Or is it the ones that go like this and open this way? It's either the down or this way. I'm not sure which they are. And you could not excuse your ignorance with such trite remarks, my learned friend. They don't have windows like this in Japan, especially during this time. They just have open, like, probably bamboo windows, but also they probably just have open window frames with curtains. They don't really have to worry about it getting super, super, super cold. Of course, sorry. I found it, Mr. Nardo. Cast your mind back to the windows in Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb's room. Right, I'll try. I don't remember the window. Oh, okay, so they are the ones that they opened this way. Or they latch out this way. The window opens in order to allow air to circulate around the house. Okay, yeah, it is the open up. Yeah. But as it's a top-hinged casement window, it swings open along the upper edge, you see. I'm glad you rectified your ignorance. A casement window's most prominent feature is its stay, a metal bar which prevents the window from being forced open to beyond a certain amount. It prevents its opening? This is all news to me. Absolutely correct, sir. In other words, if a book or a knife were to have been thrown through the open window, it would have clattered against the pane and fallen straight down to the pavement below. No! You see the problem then? Good. Your education in windows is complete. Oh my god, Legman! You're so rude! There was never any possibility of either the book or the knife traveling 15 yards over the road. That is, unless the window pane had been shattered. Something we've discounted already. That can't... escape. Did you see that, Rolly? That young Japanese man just collapsed in agony! Oh yes, my darling, I saw it. I saw how he crumbled before me. The fuck? Oh, Rolly, you're so strong! How is this happening? I haven't even started the cross-examination yet, and already my argument's been destroyed. Counsel, if you could drag yourself upright again, court awaits your cross-examination. My lord. Oh good, another desperate situation. You thrive in desperate situations. What are you talking about?
Hold it!
How can you say that for certain? A very good question, sir. And the answer is this. Oh my god. Because the Noah Runner. I know what it is. That doesn't mean anything. He showed us that before, didn't he? Did he? I can't say I remember. Well, I remember for you, buddy. To patrol the streets of London town and blah blah blah. Yep. Tell you what, Bobby's good for his word. While rubbing my tired eyes admittedly. Stop. Oh, Rolly, you're so manly. Of course I am, my darling Patricia. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. No, none of this is what I meant. I meant, how can you say for certain that this case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb? Ah, I see, sir. You should have said so earlier, sir. Yes, well... So could you answer the question? That was a waste of time, then. Absolutely, sir. I will answer it to the fullest of my abilities, sir. There's a surprising reason why Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb's domestic dispute cannot be related to the case. Before I get into that, sir, just one thing. Yes? I'd very much like you and all your countrymen to understand the great British institution of Scotland Yard. Okay. I hope you'll take back some tales of us London Bobbies and how we uphold our guiding principles. I wasn't planning on going back just yet. I've only just arrived here. But to that end, sir, I'd be happy to lend you my warrant card for your parcel. I must warn you, you won't be able to get through it without shedding a few tears. Thank you. I'll try.
Hold it!
I want to open the court record. Hold on. Okay. Pretty normal. By which you mean they don't open fully, is that correct? Yes, sir. They're just there to allow a bit of air through the house, you see, so they're restricted as to how much they open. And therefore, anything thrown out of the window from inside the room would simply strike the pane and fall to the street directly below. For clarity, allow me to mark the map. No, I got what you meant, Betty. Here is the location of where objects would have fallen. Yes. Directly opposite the scene of the crime, on the other side of the rather wide road. Would it have been so hard for somebody to mention this top-hinged casement thing before? Well, I have another question for you, Constable. What would that be, sir? How would you even know? Why would you have any idea what sort of windows Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb's house is furnished with? Ah, well, sir. Very simple. See, I helped with the investigation yesterday.
Excuse me!
You have something to add, Miss Beat? Sorry? You look, well, delighted. Is there some particular reason for that? Oh, I was just remembering. That's all. We really were so lucky. Lucky? It's lunchtime and they were all hungry. They scoffed out their food. I hate that. Lucky? What do you mean? Well, of course I feel terrible for the poor woman who was attacked. Don't misunderstand me, please. But we were just so lucky it didn't happen on Rolly's beat. It was so close, you see. Oh, I hadn't realized. Oh yes, that street, Briar Road, that's the boundary between Rolly's beat and the next one. Isn't that right, my love? Constable Beat! That's the reason I was helping out with the interviewing the occupants of the Garrideb household yesterday. Their house is on my beat, you see, sir. That really was cutting it close then. Constable, I wonder if you could clarify some- Did he move the body? Uh-huh. I hate that you made a pun about the scarf. If the Garrideb household is on your beat, does that mean that the pavement next to it is as well? Outside Mr. Garrideb's house? Yes, ma'am. What? No switching till I'm done. Yes, ma'am. The pavement on that side of the road is part of my beat. I see. I was unaware of that. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Just think if that woman had attacked us on the other side of Briar Road, we would never been able to go for that meal to celebrate our wedding anniversary. But that's the life of a Bobby, after all. Did you guys move the body? Extraordinary people are Bobbies, tirelessly working for the benefit of all Londoners. You know what I think? I think it was the Lord's way of rewarding my Rolly for all his hard work. Don't you think so, my darling? What are you doing? Oh, you're fine. I thought you took the box. Okay, I'm sorry. Why do I get the impression you don't believe me? Because I don't. That must be it, Pat, my love. That must be it. I think perhaps we should make sure we have that information officially on record. Give it to me, Mr. Naruto. I'll take care of it immediately.
Hold it!
But according to my notes here, the sun had gone down already and it was dark. Oh, but Rolly and I were strolling along, gazing at the night sky and looking for our lucky star. Sorry? The star that will guide us to eternal happiness. Can't it guide you to the answer to the question? If any book had cut across the sky in front of us, it would have lit up like a shooting star. And if I had seen a shooting star, I would have made a wish upon it. Let Rolly be an inspector, I would have said, 3 times at least. Of course, what with the smog and everything, we couldn't actually see any stars. In short, are you trying to say that neither a book nor a knife crossed the sky before you? Yes, sir, that is correct, sir. As sure as the night sky in London is starless, sir. It certainly seemed like they're telling the truth. Then we saw the poor woman fall to the ground, so we ran straight over to help her. Did you move her body?
Hold it!
Yes, you said that you went to a nearby police box to fetch another officer, is that right? That's right, yes. If it had been on Rolly's beat, I would have known exactly where I was going, of course. Don't feel bad, my love. You can't be expected to know the location of every police box on every beat. Jumpy. Stop. The Rolly told me the way. Only, I certainly got a little lost on the way. Patricia, my darling, that's why I love you. Your terrible sense of direction is bewitching to me. Oh god, you two. Who knows? Oh, please. Well, I suppose I was gone for about 15 minutes. Like I said, my Rolly was at the scene the whole time, making sure nothing was disturbed. I was off duty at the time, of course, but a true Bobby is never really off duty, sir.
Hold it!
Nothing to report. That's correct, sir. I had my eyes wide open the entire time, never looked away for a second. No one else approached the scene, and nothing was removed from it. I can swear on to that on the odds honor, sir. Really, that seems a little strange. Pardon, sir? Strange, sir. Seems altogether regular to me. This burnt copy of the Lion's Pride was originally in the Garradep's household. The question remains, how did it find its way into the hand of the victim? Can you shed any light on that, seeing as you were at the scene of the crime the entire time? Could it be a different copy, sir? One which happened to be bent as well? Even if that were possible, why would the victim have been gripping a book like that in her hand? As we can see from this photographic print, she had a bag over her shoulder. Yes, sir, that book was in the lady's hand from the moment we arrived at the scene. That's so. Something something about this statement that's not sitting right with me. The two mysteries of how the knife ended up in her back and how the book ended up in her hand. Maybe something common thread between them. Can I ask you something, please, Mr. Lawyer, sir? Oh, yes, of course. What is it? You're doubting us, aren't you? I can tell. I wasn't really. I mean, what's she doing? Please, just because I'm a woman, it doesn't make my testimony any less valuable. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. You might just see me as the wife of a policeman, but I'm a woman of my word, I am. I really don't remember ever suggesting that I doubted you. No excuses, I don't want to hear it. My voice will be heard. My lord, you'll let me speak, won't you? Yes, Miss Beat, I will allow you to supplement your testimony if you so desire. Sometimes the path of the least resistance is the sage one. That was a very loud mutter. I heard that. That Japanese man thinks a policeman's wife's word counts for nothing, does he? Well, watch out, sir. I might let you get away with something like that, but my Rolly won't. Really noted, Miss Beat. Please, I humbly ask you to continue. What could she possibly be out to say, I wonder? I wanted to see if it changed anything else. That one's the same. That one's the same.
Hold it!
Miss Beat, nobody's questioning what you've told us. I saw it, I did. That evening I saw it clearly. The little Eastern man with the whiskers and the funny curved back slinking away from the scene. Now I know what I didn't see as well. I didn't see any flaming books or knives thrown through the sky. All very clear. You also mentioned something about having a poor sense of direction? Wait, maybe she thought it was the opposite side of the road, but it wasn't, and he moved the body so that he wouldn't have to deal with it. Yes, well, it's a little embarrassing, really. I'm always ending up on the wrong place when I've made arrangements to meet Rolly. Ever so cross. Bitch, I got you.
Excuse me!
Constable Beat, is there a problem? No problem, sir. Your wife's remark just now brings something to mind, perhaps? Well, in a way, sir. Yes, sir. I was just remembering that the same thing happened that evening is all. You mean Miss Beat lost her way on the night of the incident? I'm calling him Rolly. Well, you see, I sent her off to find a police box in the next beat over from mine, but she was gone a fair bit longer than what I was expecting. I thought she'd be back inside 10 minutes, but my darling was gone a good 15. Oh, Rolly, you're such a tease. But the reason I was gone so long was because of the bouquet, silly. The bouquet? Sorry, what bouquet are you talking about? Oh, it was a present for our wedding anniversary. Rolly's so romantic. He saved up for it with darlings and halfpennies. I'm pretty sure she's saying halfpennies. He found in the gutter while doing his rounds. Yes, how romantic. I'd forgotten all about it till just now. That you, my darling? Oh, yes. But that was just between us. I'm talking about it to anyone else, darling. You have to promise. Really? Oh. What's that about? Constable Beat looked very obviously troubled during that exchange. I'm afraid I can't offer any useful insight, Mr. Naruto. I'm quite sure of one thing. We have to ask Miss Beat about the bouquet. Miss Beat, the bouquet you just mentioned. I'd like you to add details about it to your testimony, please. Oh, really? Yes, I'd love to. Then Zeeks has realized there has been a mistake.
Hold it!
You mean you dropped the bouquet at the scene of the crime? Yes, that's right. Oh, I was so upset. When we ran over and saw it was a woman with a knife in her back, I was so shocked I dropped the bouquet Rolly gave me. It was in a dark spot where the streetlights weren't casting any light, so I didn't notice at first. Then we went to the police box to report it to the policeman whose beat it was on. Yeah, and I came back to the scene together with the other constable, you see. That's how I spotted my bouquet again. But the funny thing was, when I went to pick it up, it was nowhere near the victim's body at all. Because he moved the body. In case you need the reminding, Miss Beats, the victim is not deceased. I was all flustered for a moment before I heard a voice calling me from the other side of the road. Husband, presumably. That's right, silly me, I'd gone over to the wrong side of the street. Although, I'm going to blame the bouquet this time. I can't think of how it got there, I really can't. The bouquet somehow moved from one side of Briar Road to the opposite. No, the bouquet didn't move, the body moved! Isn't it? But the worst of it is, I forgot to pick the bouquet up again when we left the scene. That beautiful rose Rolly bought me, with the change from the gutter he spent so long collecting. My bouquet? Do you perhaps mean this sorry solitary rose? Oh! Yes, that's it! That's the bouquet Rolly bought me for our anniversary, with old bits of change he found in the gutter. Maybe just call it a rose. Tell us, Lord Venziks, where did you come by the flower? According to the report about the police officer in charge of the crime scene investigation, it was found on the edge of the pavement in front of the Garadeb household. In front of the Garadeb's house? Although it wasn't noticed until this morning, as it lay where the street lamps cast no light. It was believed to be of no relevance to the case since it was found on the opposite side of the thoroughfare. Thank you, sir, thank you. Can I have it back now, please? No, I think for good measure this rose should be added to the court record as evidence. Oh. Need to look at this goddamn rose. Shut up, lady, I gotta look at a rose. An English rose. It's such a beautiful flower. Ah, this is a rose, is it? I've never seen one before. You don't take an interest in flowers, Mr. Naruto. Roly-poly only, he's short and stork and round. Not exactly, but I knew no 3 types at least. Gosh, 3? Yes, plum blossom, peach blossom, and cherry blossom. Those aren't 3 different types. Those are all the same family of flower. Oh, that doesn't count. Those are literally the only difference is like their colors and the like how they grow. Not as beautiful as Urania. Perhaps you should consider branching out. There are some that aren't fruit tree based, for example. Oh god. Okay, I did it again. Very stylish paper this was wrapped in, isn't it? It's just an old newspaper, Mr. Naruto. Oh, I suppose it's because I'm not used to seeing English print. It looks so exotic to me. Ah, I see. Something wrong? Oh, no. I was just thinking that if you wrapped a stone-baked sweet potato in English newspaper, it might look like something of a fancy cake. Ah, Susato-san, you do love your cakes. Okay, maybe not supposed to find anything on the flower. Guessing nothing is on here that's going to help me. Okay. I was assuming that it would be different things. Nothing special about this flower that would help the case. But it's a symbol of our love. I want it back after the trial. Do you hear me? I want it back. Agreed. Rest assured that I shall do my very best not to forget, Miss Bede. Oh yeah, we have some of those. Look at me. Nothing to report. That's correct, sir. My eyes open the sun time. No one else will soon. They are good. There are zebra cakes. I could try. Yes? Ooh! I'm sure that Mr. Garrett was hiding something from us. It's becoming increasingly clear that someone else has been hiding something from us as well. I like my chocolateless cookies. Right? We ready? This time, it's going to expose the whole truth about this mysterious affair. Okay, but... I'm assuming we present the flower during the last part. I'm gonna save in case I'm a dumb. I tried presenting this? Anything.
Objection!
You claim, Constable Beat, there was nothing to report in the 15 or so minutes you were guarding the scene. That cannot be. What do you mean to say? In your testimony just now, Miss Beat, you explained to the court that when you arrived back at the scene of the crime with a policeman assigned to that beat, the bouquet you had dropped at the victim's side was no longer anywhere nearby, huh? Oh, okay. Press look, you press.
Objection!
Oh, here we go. Yes, on the opposite side of Briar Road where the victim was attacked. But considering the size of the meager bouquet, if a single sorry bloom can be so described, no doubt it was blown in the wind across the street back into the gutter where it belongs. Oh my god, you're being rude! Meeker!
Objection!
But if that were the case, why did Constable Beat not testify to the fact? No one else approached the scene, and nothing was removed from it. Constable Beat swore to that on Scotland Yard's honor. The bouquet belonged to me. It has nothing to do with the case. That's why Rolly didn't mention it, I'm sure. No, because sadly, it's not only your bouquet we're talking about here. Yes? What are you doing, baby? Okay, stop. You're breaking the phone. Baby, this is an old phone. It's not gonna work. You gotta press this to save it, and then take pictures. You have to save after you take. More than one thing in this case is mysteriously the wrong way around. What are you talking about? Think about it. Besides Miss Beat's bouquet, there's Mr. Garrideb's book. Mr. Garrideb's copy of the London Pride, which was thrown out the window by his wife, would have struck the pane of the casement window and landed here on the west side of the street. And yet, it was actually found here on the opposite side of the road in the victim's hand. He was taking pictures of Bear, but not with a phone that I can send to anything. Well, then put it away, baby. I can't fix it. Meanwhile, according to the testimony we've heard, Miss Beat's bouquet should have been dropped here at the scene of the crime, on the east side of the street. But in fact, it was actually found here on the opposite side of the road in front of Mr. and Mr. Garodeb's house. There's no logical explanation for those things, unless somebody deliberately moved them. What are you trying to say? The way you're talking, it sounds like you think my Rolly's done something wrong. If you listen to a word that scrawny lawyer says. Whittering on about books and bouquets, why should we care? It's nitpicking, that's what it is. Oh good, Miss Garodeb's come round. You might call it nitpicking, Miss Garodeb. But deliberately meddling with the scene of a crime is a criminal offense. It's called, tampering, Mr. Naruto. The person responsible for this tampering cannot admit to it. For a very subtle but compelling reason.
Objection!
Tampering. You've barely heard the term before. Tell us, my learned friend. Who could possibly have had cause to carry out such an elaborate deception? Yes, there is someone who tampered with the scene of the crime that evening. All the evidence and all the testimony point to that one particular person. It has to be Rolly. Because he didn't want to interrupt their date. Save, in case I do. Fuck the fuck up. Would have to be Rolly.
Take that!
Obviously, there's only one person it could have been. Constable Rolly Beat, it was you. What? Policeman? A member of Scotland Yard? What nonsense! Why would my Rolly do something like that? There's no one straighter than my husband. There's no one straighter than my husband. Learned? It could be. I like saying learned friend better, though. No, Bobby works more tirelessly for the people of London. Miss Beat, you said it in your testimony that your husband asked you to go to a nearby police box to fetch the officer on duty. That 15 minutes after you're absent from the scene is the only opportunity anyone had to tamper with it. You're making it up. It's all nonsense. It's all lies. What about that Japanese man with the whiskers? I bet it was him. He did it.
Objection!
If that was true, Constable Beat would have seen him do it. Oh. Forgive me for pointing it out, but when you dropped your bouquet, Miss Beat... Turn back, please. Calling anyone. It was after the defendant had fled the scene.
Objection!
Yeah, I'd rather say learned. I like that better. First you make accusations about the landlord and his wife, and now you incriminate a policeman as well? But your accusations lack one very important thing. You claim the crime scene was tampered with. There's only one reason anyone would commit such a reckless crime, to hide something. That's right, he's right. Well, my husband and I just happened to be there, that's all. So why would we have anything to hide? It doesn't make sense. You've offered no motive. I have a motive, bitch. Hold on. And until you do, your accusations are nothing but empty threats. Constable Pete had a very good reason for wanting to tamper with the scene of the crime. That's the key to this entire affair. Mr. Naruto, have you managed to solve this mystery? Counsel, you've made a very serious accusation against a London police officer. If you are mistaken, I'm sure I need not point out that your reputation as a lawyer will be irreparably damaged. With that stark warning in mind, you will now explain to the court the motive for this alleged tampering. Yes, my lord. Constable Beat's motive for tampering with the scene of the crime was to hide where the victim fell. Where the victim fell to the ground. That is what the Bobby had to cover up, at all costs. What? Where the victim fell? You mean where she was attacked? Yes, baby. What are you talking about? We told you at the very start, didn't we? On the pavement of Briar Road, we saw it happen, remember? It was right here, as if anyone didn't already know. That's certainly what everyone has been led to believe. And in fact, that isn't where the victim was stabbed at all. What? Oh god, girl. I'm beginning to wonder where this tremendous trial will end, Counsel. If that's your assertion, then the court is dying to know my Nip and his friend. Careful. Where are you proposing the crime actually took place that evening? Right? Here. I'm gonna say, because sometimes it's picky about where I fucking click. Found if someone clicked it. Hey, Galaxy. You need to calm down at night, okay? You have to be here.
Take that!
But that's on the opposite side of the road. Baby. You're frustrating the cat. Please stop. Mess with him, okay? You're not looking too crazy tonight, okay? Careful. I don't understand. On the evening in question, Mr. Garrideb's book fell directly from the open window above, and your bouquet, Miss Beat, never moved at all. What did move was the scene of the crime itself. Good gracious!
Objection!
Perhaps you haven't been listening to the ample testimony the court has heard? These witnesses both saw the moment the attack took place. That's right, I saw it with my own eyes. It was 5 o'clock in the evening and already dark. There was a typical London fog on the ground. When you saw the incident unfold and ran to the victim's aid, that was actually on the west side of Briar Road. No, that's not true. It can't have been. Constable Beat then arranged for you to be absent for a while by sending you for help. And during the 15 minutes you were away, he transplanted the crime scene. He moved all the things shown in this print, the victim herself, the 4 books. He moved everything, in fact, to the pavement on the east side of Briar Road. Extraordinary. But the constable overlooked one thing. What? What did he overlook? The bouquet, I presume. Exactly. The prosecution told the court just a few minutes ago about the discovery of the rose bouquet. Lord Van Zeek said it wasn't noticed until the morning as it lay where the street lamps cast no light. Yes, it couldn't be seen in the dark, obviously. Which is why it was the bouquet was found in its original position on the pavement on the west side of the Briar Road. No cookies right now. No cookies right now. Okay? And I said no. No cookies. No arguing about that. I'm not gonna yell. They are too. And that is the defense's theory about what really happened that evening. How do you respond? Constable Rolly Beat. Oh well, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to nod off again, but I haven't slept properly in a month. Did I miss anything important? Oh, Rolly. It isn't true, is it? What the lawyer said is all lies, isn't it? I know it is, because you're the most upstanding, righteous man I know. I had a dream. A terrible dream. All the things I did that night. Everything come out. Everything exposed. Benzik's face. Only it seems it wasn't a dream at all. Right back. Yes, seriously. Really? What on earth is the meaning of all this? Oh, Rolly, why? Why would you do something like this? It's Mario.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Huh? Have something that shows that you love me? Moving a corpse it's a criminal offense, isn't it? Wasn't a corpse, technically. She wasn't dead. Still not dead. Wishing the victim dead should be one too. Constable, explain yourself. Why would you do this? As a respected member of Scotland Yard, your duty is to protect the good people of London town.
It's a puppy.
It is a puppy.
Here you do.
Am I gonna be a bit?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say so. I really am ever so sorry about all this. By damaging the Yard's reputation for everything. I have a possible explanation. For why, on that particular evening, Constable Beat felt compelled to move the scene of the crime. I can think of one reason. How could you possibly know? You, a foreigner, presuming to understand the mind of a Scotland Yard policeman. And yet, Lord Van Zeeks, it is the foreigner who has uncovered the startling truth of the matter thus far. So cute. I believe it would be beneficial to the court to hear this extraordinary young lawyer's theory. Counsel for the defense, if you please. Yes, my lord. Now then, I think you had better show us some evidence. At once, my lord. England, Japan, it makes no difference where you come from. Human emotions are the same. I think I have a fairly good idea of the feelings behind this man's actions. Wouldn't it be the book? Because it says if you can't leave if it's on your beat. I mean, that's the only thing I haven't supplied. It would have to be that. Please do this. I realize that I'm a foreigner in this land, and I've only just arrived from Japan, which is why all this information about London's so-called bobbies is completely new to me. I feel that, though honorable, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world, for example. Keeping the peace, looking after the citizens, is beat. What the fuck was that? Hold on. Somebody just made a weird-ass popping noise. like nowhere? Pete? No doubt, the young Bobby is charged with a great deal to do each day, certainly. For Constable Beat, the day in question was special. Special? How? On account of this bouquet, my lord. Oh, yes! It was our very first wedding anniversary. Constable Beat had worked so hard to be able to afford this simple gift for his wife, and was so looking forward to taking her out for a celebratory meal. When he and Miss Beat stumbled upon the crime along Briar Road. And he saw that shadowy figure through the fog collapse on the pavement ahead of them. What must have gone through the man's mind? This is the warrant card that Constable Beat offered to lend me earlier. Inside, among the rules for patrolling policemen, it says, when a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigations and help detectives. Constable Beat. Is that, or is that not the reason why you moved the whole scene of the crime that day? Yes. Everything you said, and it's all right. So that's it. It was all to do with the boundary of your beat. Exactly. Summarize. The incident actually occurred on Constable Beat's beat. Realize the gravity of what you've done? It was the first time since I became a copper that I'd ever cursed God. Stay close to him, Pat. The criminal could still be lurking somewhere. We ran over to the scene. I had every intention of doing my duty as a police officer. I got to report this to the station as quickly as possible. Then it dawned on me. I realized where we were, where the victim was lying, and what that meant for me. When a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with the initial investigation and help detectives. Why here? Why did this have to happen here? And why tonight, of all nights? Why? The copper's job to guard the scene of the crime, so I told Pat she'd have to go to the nearest police box and fetch whoever was on duty there. It was then, when I opened my mouth to speak, it just came out. I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my own mouth. And then... cry. Oh my god, big ass tears. I'm sorry. So sorry. Oh, Constable. I just wanted, just that one night, to take my Patricia out for dinner. Oh, Rolly, just that one night. You knew that if the incident was on your beat, your evening of celebration would be ruined. And so you decided to move the entire crime scene outside your jurisdiction, just across the street to the east pavement of Briar Road, which falls under the neighboring beat's care. Yeah, I thought... Well, I was sure the victim was dead, you see. I beg your pardon? Oh, of course it did. Otherwise, my Rolly would never have left the poor woman on the freezing cold pavement. Oh, I see your meaning now. God got me back for my sins, didn't he? That's why I missed the rose I bought for Pat. No, Rolly, that was all my fault. I should have never dropped it in such a dark place. I'm so sorry. Tell us, Constable. How many books did you move from the one side of the road to the other in total? Oh, 4 it was. Yes, sir. Definitely 4. 3 of them dropped by Mr. Natsume, and the 4th? Empire, am I right? Oh my god. But, what made you place the book in the victim's hand? What all the books were scattered haphazardly around, I mean. Oh, well, sir. That's because that's how I found it. How you found it? What do you mean? We first ran over to the scene. The victim was already holding the book. So, when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand. You're sure it was this book, The Lion's Pride, that the victim was holding? Oh yes, sir. No doubt about it, sir. Interesting. 4th book's information has been updated. I thought it was an open and shut case at the time, you see. There was only 2 people at the scene. Pat and me both saw it happen. No matter which way you look at it, it had to be the fellow who ran off who done it. Thought. Couldn't see the harm, really. Didn't think moving it all over the road would make a jot of difference. I suppose this is it for me now. I've had it. My lord. Yes, Lord Van Zeeks? I believe that concludes the cross-examination of the witnesses. Constable, you may withdraw. Mr. Prosecutor, sir. What will become of my Rolly? What will happen to him? And now, you are free to go home. The police will contact you in due course. Please, don't punish my husband. This was all my fault. It's because I'm always moaning at him for coming home late. Leave it now, Pat. Let's go home. I'm tired. Alright then, my love. One last thing, Constable. Let this be a lesson to you. In a criminal investigation, every detail matters, however insignificant it may seem to you. Yes, carve that lesson in your mind. And never again make the mistake of tampering with the scene of a crime. Never again, sir? You mean to say? Leave now. Trial is not yet over. Oh my god, look at you. Man's got a soul. Just go, bro. You're lucky you didn't lose your job. You're lucky you're not gonna be thrown in jail. Just go. Well, quite a starting revelation, I must say. Whoever thought of a third party transpotting the entire scene of a crime like that? Indeed, my lord. Nevertheless, there are some immutable facts here. Principality. The accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume, is the only person who possibly could have committed this crime.
Objection!
Except now! Throwing stuff out the window would have killed someone. No, I disagree. Now that we know the true scene of the incident, there is someone else. Another person who could be responsible for the knife in the victim's back. Forgive me for being presumptuous, but I believe the prosecution is probably well aware of this possibility already. Lord Van Zeeks, is this true? So Sato called him out. She's like, you know what the fuck we're talking about, bitch. Very well. Name the person, if you will. Further investigation is warranted. The prosecution has no objection to the trial continuing. Name this other person who could have perpetrated the crime.
Take that!
The defense would once again like to request the cross-examination of a new witness, my lord. Once again? My assistant made the same request earlier. In order to finally reveal the truth about this case, it's imperative that we cross-examine juror number 4.
Objection!
That the request has already been denied.
Objection!
The situation is very different now. Miss Garadeb, answer me this. What do you want now, you little toad? Todd. At the time of the incident, you were engaged in a violent argument with your husband, Mr. John Garadeb. In the course of the argument, a minor house fire was ignited, and to clear the smoke from the room, your husband opened a window that looks out over Briar Road. Well, what of it? You threw this book at your husband when cornered with his back against the window. Upon striking the pane of the open top-hinged casement window, the book plummeted directly down, finding its way to what we now know to be the true scene of the incident. Yes, and I said, what of it? During the argument, you were beside yourself with rage. As such, you threw not just books, but anything you could lay your hands on. So, let me ask you one more time, Miss Garadeb. This knife, the one removed from the victim's back, have you really never laid eyes on it before? I don't recall it. Seriously? Am I supposed to remember everything I picked up and threw at my husband? And anyway, the man over there in all that regalia said members of the jury even testified, didn't he? Conveniently, yes.
Objection!
No, I have no recollection of saying that at all. Number 4. Oh my god! Oh my god! Boy's like, no, 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 no. You don't get to fucking call me out on shit. He knows how this case is gonna end and he's still helping us. Make no mistake. You jurors are not special in any way. You are not immune to the judicial process. No, what he said was... He didn't say that they can't be. He said that it's never happened before. There's a big difference. If you know something about this knife, madame, let the truth come out. But that's just a common or garden knife. It could have come from anywhere. We have several like that at home. If one went missing, how would you expect me to know? What's that? Are you joking? What are you saying, please, Miss Garadeb? Yeah, he doesn't care. I think he likes being challenged, actually. He's just a really good prosecutor. Like, he's not gonna have someone say he said something he didn't. I mean, he only came back... They literally said he stopped being the Reaper and stopped doing cases until we came back. So he literally just likes going up against us. That's what this is. I couldn't bear the thought that I'd injured someone. You hear? I couldn't bear it. Oh, that poor woman. Oh, yes, I want evidence. I want to see hard evidence if you're going to insist on this being my fault. You're going to have to prove to me that I threw that knife, if that's what you think. Come along now, chop chop. Do your worst. Well. Well, Mr. Naruto? If I had evidence like that, believe me, I would have thrown it at her already. Then take the stand, juror. The prosecution does not object to the defense's request to cross-examine this woman. Thank you, Lord Van Zieks. Going to have to testify? Juror number 4. As I'm sure you will appreciate having observed it with your own eyes today. Witness testimony can lead to the most extraordinary truths being unearthed. Truths of which the witnesses themselves may not even have been aware. So I demand your full and unadulterated testimony, Mrs. Garadeb. And mark my words, in this court of law today, we shall extract the truth. Do you concur, counsels? Certainly, my lord. Oh, that's what I'm hoping for, my lord. Now I want to finish this because I know we're really close, but at the same time, oh my god. This is such a strange feeling. For the first time since arriving in this country, it actually feels real. I'm here, in the Old Bailey, and I'm a lawyer. What she said. Bailey. Okay. Here we go. Weakness. State your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Joan Garadeb. And well, I'm a juror and such like. Sounds like even she doesn't know if she's a housewife or a maid, or what anymore. The court has decided your testimony is required in order to clarify matters in this case. Do you understand, madame? Yes, my lord. You will tell the court everything that took place in your household on the evening in question. And I warn you, do not attempt to hide the truth. Oh, dearie me. Chin up, Joni. Nothing to worry about now. Oh, her husband's here. Oh, I didn't know you were here, John. Wasn't only you in the room that day, old thing, was it? Rather think I ought to testify as well, don't you? But what about your knee, dear? Don't you worry about that. Hardly notice it. I'm not the sort of chap to leave a comrade to face disciplinary action alone. Oh, John. I presume you're Mr. John Garadeb. Yes, sir. Former 2nd Lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment of the 4th Northumberland Fusiliers, sir. Oh, hello. That was a mouthful. Seen my fair share of action and now living the quiet life, as it were. Quiet life? You not engaged in an incendiary battle with your spouse on the day in question? Ah, well, yes. Quite. I believe this may represent a first in the proud history of the British court. Calling a juror to the witness stand is unprecedented. However, the court will hear your testimony now, juror number 4, and that of your husband. You will recount clearly and concisely the events in your home at the time of the incident in question. Here we go. What are you looking for? Oh, not yet, baby. You can sit out here with me if you want. Oh, I'm not eating right now. Playing a game. Yes, I'm done eating, Jelly. Yes, playing my game. Throwing knives and shit. Although, okay, is there anything else you want? Although an entirely one-sided assault, it seems. The enemy caught us on the hop, sir. Had no choice but to dig in and take defensive measures. To be honest, if the enemy had kept shelling us for another minute, we would have been toast. Have a spoon. Give me that. Or you have 2 spoons. Okay. Only learn to aware that every battlefield you're just gnats whisker from death at any moment. Now? juice in the trash?
No, no, no. I can't do it.
Well, I must say, careful, please don't spill that. I'm dubious that this testimony will shed only lights of the origin of the jackknife. With combat, the one's focus narrows such that surroundings are barely noticed. These witnesses may not be able to offer anything more than they have testified already. This may be a dead end. And Zeeks may well be right. Well, whatever the chances, we only have the last cross-examination to uncover the truth, Mr. Naruto. Yes, I'm afraid so. Very well, Counsel. In your cross-examination. It's starting to ache, but we're fine. We got this. God, I'm so close to finishing this.
Hold it!
I'm just not gonna start reading it. I'm just gonna zoom through it. I'll read important things. Yeah, it was a love note. I'll stand up. That's it. I won't say any jokes. So long, Earth. I don't know. Will you laugh? That's up to you.
Hold it!
No, not right now. Yep, we're out of pie, baby. Come on. No, I won't bake pie tomorrow. I haven't yet. Seven sleeps, baby. I'm not making a pie. Jelly, I'm not making a pie this month. No pie. Listen to me. Come here, please. Hey, don't slam things. Stop. No, stop me. Not throwing a temper tantrum right now. No pie. No pie? I'm not cooking a pie for the next 365 days. The whole year. Okay, the whole year you won't be getting a pie. Eat the pie anyway. Mom ate the pie. So we're not making it. 20 sleeps will make cake. Yeah. Oh, so you can use the... Are you able to use the tier 2 then, jumping? I see you. Are you able to use the tier 2? Because I have a tier 2 emote. Which you used to use, used to be tier 1. Huh. Oh, maybe the unlock doesn't let you... Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if what the unlock did. I guess it only lets you unlock tier 1. So that wouldn't really be useful for you. I was hoping it would let you unlock any of them. I think that's stupid. That it has unlock and emote, and you can't unlock the other tiers. Dumb as fuck. emote. Not making airy emotes. That was never going to be a thing. I might make some Final Fantasy ones though at some point. I would like a bigness emote. Next is Saijima though. When I have a weekend to myself that's not busy. You gonna sit there? Oh cool, I like having you out here with me. Stop it. No, not all airy. Okay, you can put the tablet out here. No, I need to finish, okay? Oh, okay, you mean you? Oh, okay. No, I'm not gonna make it rain yet either. Hey, it's fair. How did you know I was thinking that? I know. I'm not making an Aerith one either. Oh my god. None of those are my list of favorite characters. They're all gonna be male characters. Let's just assume I'm not gonna draw any female characters, really. No, honestly, I don't recall, but I feel I must point out that I'm no monster. Let me see. Some bread, a cabbage, garlic, towel, and a sponge, and a napkin.
By Jupiter!
Oh, not on it.
Excuse me!
Do you have something to add, sir? Talking to the game. Don't know either. No, I'm talking to the game. Nope, not even Songwee. Don't you even think about it. Go, 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 go. You're being such a beggar today. Fire poker! But you did. It could be. I would say it's important.
Objection!
Oh my god, buddy. Oh, hello. Look at this poet over here. What the fuck, Lord Van Zeeks? Making poetry over here. No, you find Susanna, you don't need to ask permission. You want to speak up, go fucking ahead. I have no problem with that. about Luca? No, and Luca, I don't like any characters from that game. I don't have to draw them. My current fixation is Yakuza. So for the most part, I'm gonna draw Yakuza. But she's not a character I like. I'm only gonna draw the characters I like. The blade! All the... I know, I am. The tip of the blade. I guess. No! I don't want to draw her. I don't like drawing female characters in the first place. Listen, boobs are annoying and I won't draw them. So I refuse to draw female characters for that explicit reason. Said something. Oh, other pieces of evidence. Doesn't have to be. No, I don't want to draw her. I don't like drawing female characters at all. I don't even like drawing my own female characters. It has been mine. Man, if I could cut mine off and only have them when I need them, that'd be great. Because I can't sleep on my stomach. I can't breathe half the time because they cause my asthma to get worse. And then I can't run because they hurt when I run. The worst fucking things. I'm so glad they were actually worse. Like, after I had her, they were like twice the size and I was really fucking annoyed. I hated it. So much. Yeah, I remember that. We just picked it up. Detachable, just some detachable boobies. Be great. Just put them elsewhere when I don't need them. Especially when I'm having my androgynous moods where I just want to wear like guys' clothes. Boobs are in the way. So much. Like when I'm in my I want to wear suit phases, I just take them off. Then I wouldn't have to worry about anything. Also, would be useful for cosplays. Deflatable doesn't sound great. Deflatable doesn't sound great. Just detachable sounds better. Just take them off when I don't need them. Man, that'd be nice. I could do Majima's cosplay without a bra. It'd be so nice. Somehow, I just knew it. I knew it too. I told you this before we examined it. Oh, now we know about the knife. What does this give us? I did examine it carefully. Yeah? Oh.
Hold it!
Lady. Not that I mentioned what? Detachable boobs? Well, that doesn't, it doesn't sound like it's gonna be very comfortable. Because you have to cut them off first, and that doesn't sound great. I'm not gonna cut you off. Just talking about my boobs, you silly girl. No, don't cut them off. Not allowed. Not going to. Dad likes them too. Yes, Dad does like them. I'm not gonna cut you. Pick the weirdest things from the sentences to get obsessed with. I'm not gonna cut anyone. I'm not sure if I should show them knife piece or the knife. I feel like this would be the point to prove it.
Hold it!
But I'm not sure if I should do the knife tip or the knife. Yeah, he's not allowed any cream cheese.
Objection!
Oh, they don't have fingerprinting? I guess not. This is what, the 1800s? I am thinking of that. Oh, but they don't use it. Oh, okay. But for now, we can't do it. Well, I have a knife tip. I have evidence, I just don't know how to use it right. I mean, we found the evidence. I'm guessing you mean the tiny shard is what you want me to do. The question is, do I use it here? I think I would use it here. Because if you wanted to know it, you would have to prove it here. The question is, do I use the shard? Or the blade first? Because I'm guessing you'd want to combine them. There's a game named Prototype. It doesn't matter. Well, let's try this. Let's try the knife first.
Objection!
Biomutant for a minute? Oh no, that was wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong. It's fine. It's fine. Shut up. That's why I saved. Pretend that didn't happen. It's the tip of the knife then?
Objection!
Oh, here we go. This is correct. I was thinking that patents need a prototype, and then I thought, the tip of the blade. He's just enjoying this now. He's like, I'm about to lose, but it's interesting. Stopped reading at this point. I hope no one minds. I'm just cannot read it out loud anymore. How long is this gonna go on? I can't keep sitting in the pipe. It connects to the knife that we found in the back. Kind of was a prototype, that's fair. Here we go, face tracking. Are you gonna tell me to pick the one? The knife. Knife.
Take that!
No, it's not in the victim at all.
Objection!
Oh, come on. OBS is trying to crash. I've done it like 5 times today. I don't know what's up with it. Oh, God, that was okay. No, it hasn't actually, like, crashed, but it keeps trying. I don't know if maybe it's a Twitch thing today? Because, like, she's using the internet just fine, like she always does, and having no problems. So it could be, like, a Twitch thing going on. It's dropping down again! Stop it! The dramatic... Oh, I love him! But Jesus, he's so dramatic! Ugh. God! Fucking dramaticness happening. Eastern sword? No, it's called taking the tip and putting it. You can match it up. There's no sorcery involved. This is a miracle? Benzeeks, what's happening? So Benzeeks has figured it out, has he? Wait. Oh, she's losing it. Look at her shake. Which one? Because there's Hawkeye, but that's a TV show. Eternals, which I'm waiting for it to get on Disney so I can watch it. There's been like 5 this year. Far From Home is supposed to be coming out. I think that's what it's called. Into the Spider-Verse 2 got announced. Eternals. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that came out before. Some of the other ones I've been watching, actually. Yeah, I'm waiting for that to get on Disney so I can watch it. I was actually very excited for that one too, because I actually don't know those comics, so I'm excited to see something I don't know. Oh yeah. I'm excited for that. That should be soon too. I spelled it correctly. Phone off. Externals. Instead of striking the pipe in his hand at the time, which caused the tip to break off, of course. Van Zeeks is just giving it up. Oh my god, OBS, can we stop? I can't tell if it's just Twitch tonight, because I haven't been on Twitch. But, like, it can't be the internet, because she's doing just fine. If the internet was having an issue, hers would be stuttering because it's a tablet, and tablets need, like, perfect internet sometimes. Hers freaks out when it doesn't have perfect internet. So it's gotta be something with Twitch. I'm looking over to next. Oh gosh, oh dear, oh. The back of his outfit is burned. I didn't notice that. What the fuck? Man, drinking wine. You were looking awfully calm. It's full body theory.